Computer started in that corner.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. Hope everybody is doing well today and not as cold as we are here in Virginia. Are they on live?
Yeah.
Welcome to our first episode of Couples Who Resell. And my main reason for wanting to do this is because you can turn the lights get a little
turn
dark.
the light on. It's sun was out before we started, and now
we get so many questions about us. You know, how did you start? When did you start? What So, and I'm really nosy anyway. So I'm one of those people, if I come to your house and you drag out your old high school yearbooks or your wedding album, I'm sitting right down and look at them because I don't get trip pictures. I love to, you know, like everybody goes, oh, God. No, I love to sit down and look at that kind of stuff. I love it. I'm nosy. And I also, unfortunately, make myself at home in your house. I'll just go look in your refrigerator and get something if I want it. But I'm back on me. Today, we are lucky and happy to have Anna and Gary, who run 2 separate businesses and have 2 YouTube channels, a bunch of other stuff, and we're going to find out some stuff about them.
And if you're interested in their YouTube channels, they are listed below in the comments for this video. So the links to their YouTube channels are there.
Yep. And you can also go over and click the 3 dots and you'll pull that up the same way. Nothing's going to be sold today. Basically, this is just going to be like people sitting around the living room, chit-chatting, having a drink. See? Having a drink.
That's it. Keep that energy up.
And talking. And being a reseller, you probably know if you talk with other people who are not resellers, their eyes just glaze over when you start talking about resell, and they could care less. Or as my son says, when I start talking about somebody, he'll say, is this one of your real friends or just one of your YouTube friends that's not real? You know, so
we always tell them they're real to us.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. We love it when we go meet them in person and go, look, see, they are real. And they want to meet us, which is really exceptional to him.
Arizona's nice right now.
Oh, God. Yeah. We actually thought about, we do.
What time did we stop in Arizona?
We had
right before you turn north to go to Vegas. That town, whatever town.
Is that where we had the Mexican dinner?
Yeah.
Or was that Albuquerque? I don't remember. Yeah. When we went.
Oh no, I was in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that one.
Sorry.
But yeah.
We regress again. You have to watch us. We'll be talking of the whole thing. Okay. So we want to learn a little bit about Gary and Anna. We know kind of what they sell. If you haven't watched their channels, you should. You know about Anna's wonderful breads. If you haven't ordered some, you should. But we want to find out how they found each other and how they got into reselling and about their families and all kinds of nosy stuff. So if you've got any questions, throw them in the chat. And let's start off with how long have you two known each other?
8+ years.
Yep. Almost 9.
And how did y'all meet?
Well, honey, go ahead. Because I like hearing it from him.
So we both, she already worked there. She worked at a casino and I got a job out there and we were in the break room at the same time. And I was sitting just by myself because I hadn't lived here long. I didn't know anybody at all. Still really don't know anybody here. But she saw me by myself and she's like, you should come sit over here. I won't bite. That's how it started. But she had, do you guys remember they used to be Hostess donuts. They were white powder with the raspberry.
Oh, they still have them? They still have them?
Yeah.
Do they?
Actual
Yes.
Hostess brand?
And the chocolate covered. Oh, God, yes.
Yeah.
We still have them.
I've only seen the Walmart brand.
Nope.
Nope.
We got the Hostess
we
here.
got the Hostess ones here.
Wow. Yeah, I haven't, the whole
You
West
wanna-
Coast.
Oh,
You
None.
want to pick some up and send me some? The whole tasteful, please.
So she had one and I was like, oh, I remember eating those when I was a kid. I haven't seen them since. So then we shared a donut because she ate them as a kid. So we shared a donut at lunch and here we are.
8 years later.
Yep.
Anna, you Jezebel, you hitting on him. So what did y'all do at the casino?
I was a Keno runner.
Oh.
So.
And I started at the bottom. I was just doing like trash, dumping the ashtrays, picking up. And then I moved up to, had so long ago, what was that called? My job was to talk to like the high roller people and give them their comps and take them like on trips to the baseball games and stuff like that. That's where I worked up to. I can't remember what they call it.
There's a person Max and I used to like when we played poker.
Yeah. Of course, in Keno, that's a nice, easy way. It's not easy. It's a slow way to lose money.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, my ex-father-in-law would sit at the Keno area all day long. It drove me nuts. I'm like, this is just horrible bingo. What are you doing? But he loved it. So how did y'all get to Arizona?
I can't. Oh.
Don't say my car.
I'm letting you go first.
I came for school. Originally, I went for massage therapist. So that's why I ended up here. And I guess that from there on, I've lived here ever since.
So you like it? Did your family come with you or?
No, it was just me.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And Gary?
And I grew up in Washington State, out in the desert. Believe it or not, there's desert there.
I know. I was thinking about that.
The whole east side is just, there's orchards and tumbleweeds and all that good stuff. And then I moved to Missouri and Arkansas for like 8 years or so. And I had enough of the bad weather. And like I had a shop. I worked on cars on the side. My shop got broken into twice in 1 week and the police wouldn't do anything. And I found my stuff at a pawn shop and they still wouldn't do anything. I mean, my name was engraved on the tools and everything. Those aren't yours. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. So I came out here to start over.
Yeah. Yeah. Max was in Kansas for a while and it was not a nice place to be.
No. I could sit on the little balcony of my apartment and during the summer, you sit there, you count the number of tornadoes you see moving across the countryside.
Yeah. Yeah, it was horrible.
And since you have been together, have you added anybody to your family, or even before you were together, do you have anybody added to your family? This includes fur children.
So I unfortunately was married back in the past.
We all were, dear. We all were.
So I had 2 kids prior, and that was my oldest and my younger one. And then along the way, we decided that we wanted to have a child. So we had we'll put Caitlin. We'll just say her name, Caitlin.
the baby critter.
The baby critter. So yeah.
Adopted Retrospect said they added you. They added you to their family. I'm not reading that right. That you're part of their. She's part of your family. He's part of your family.
That we added Kim.
And Kim too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
well,
and
Max has.
cats.
Well, when we first got together, we wanted to get a child, but every time you go to the hospital and try and pick one up, they yell at you, and they don't let you take one.
Yeah, I know. And my son has 2, so Max has no children, and I have 1 son, and he stopped at 2, and he got. So there will be no more, and I'd love to have about 5 or 6. Of course, I only had an only one, so I don't know, but yeah, we love the grandkids. Yeah. Now, on the business end of things, you do have 2 separate YouTube channels. So do you get into each other's business or not? You keep them separate?
Do you work together on each other's businesses?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we do. Yeah, we do. We do really good because I'm more of the organizing, and he's more of like, everything needs to be done now. And I'm like, just relax, take it easy.
I'm trying. I've been working on it. I'm trying.
Sometimes you have to yell at them, not yell at them, but be like, hey, go outside, go take a soda, go walk for a minute and relax and come back.
He gets so upset when I yell at him because he never ever raises his voice, and he's so chill and so relaxed. I always said the house could be burning down around him, and he would just say, come on, the house is on fire, let's go. And I'd be like frantically running around, what I need,
Like it gets stressful sometimes when you got lives to do, like a bunch of them. We have the calendar and everything. And I'm like, oh, we have 2 or 3 today, and we got this and that. And did I make this thumbnail? Did I do that? We got to ship stuff. So I'll start, and then okay, I can't. I'll get pulled away, and then I go to something else, and I get pulled away, and then I'm like, I got 3 things to finish.
Squirrel.
So, yeah. Yep.
Squirrel. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I hate my friends who say, oh, you're so lucky to be self-employed. You can just do what you want to do when you want to do it. I want to go, I hate your guts. You have no idea. And yeah, people who ask me to do things with them are like, oh, come meet me for lunch or something like that. I'm like, no, I don't have time. And they're like, well, what do you mean you don't have time? You don't work.
Exactly.
Yeah, guess what? I do. Well, you don't have to work. I'm like, I know, but I would be bored silly. Yeah, but now, what about your other selling venues besides YouTube? Where all can we see you? And always you can put your links in the chat for other people to find you too.
I think I say you got yours first.
So for me right now, it's just going to be YouTube and the farmers markets, and hopefully in a year coming soon, a bakery / coffee shop.
So you're looking for a freestanding place to sell.
Mm-hmm.
Brick and mortar. That's what I meant. And then do you only do your breads or do you do other things?
So right now it's only the breads, but we are hoping to expand onto quick sandwiches, because where we're going to be at is nothing but police officers, and I believe everything
there's nothing else. There's nowhere to eat in that town at all. So you either bring food with you or you have nothing.
Yeah.
But it's the city hall, the police department,
mm-hmm.
all the little businesses that are there in town. it's a small place. It's a little bigger than where we live, but there's not a whole lot going on there.
And that sounds good because we live in Roanoke, but we live right literally on the edge of Roanoke of another little tiny town, which we go over there more than we do into Roanoke. And it's kind of the same thing there. They have a lot of mom and pop places, and the city hall and the police and the fire department and everything are just lined up right there.
Mm-hmm.
So they get a lot of that business. That sounds like a good location. The only thing I will say, and which Max and I get aggravated about, because they close at 2:00. And a lot of times when Max and I are running around, you know, we might want a late lunch or get something to take it home for dinner or something. And they open like at 6:00 in the morning for breakfast, which I understand.
Yeah, they do the breakfast crowd, the lunch crowd,
and they go home.
and that's it.
And I understand that because it's a family, you know, working it, and they can't work that many hours.
I mean, the only places that stay open late here are the pizza places, and she won't eat pizza every day.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, like you say, but if you're going to have like maybe sandwiches to grab and go or something like that, that might
Yeah.
that'd be a good idea.
And I mean, at first, I think it's going to be a little bit hard because that's what we were planning to do, was to close like close to 4:00, just so I can have that other hours to bake and to get everything ready for the next morning.
Yeah.
So
Because I understand if you're a family running the business, you've got to have some downtime. I mean, you know, and here, because it is a business area, breakfast and lunch are their big busy times. So,
Yeah.
And I saw something. Squirrel. So, Gary, tell us about this whatnot thing that I have never heard of till yesterday.
So it's another selling platform. It's all based off of the phone, which I hope that they eventually get it so we can do like this with not the StreamYard. They have their own setup, but where I can use the cam instead of the phone and everything. But they're 30. You can adjust how long you want. I run 30-second auctions. You can do the sudden death, so it's 30 seconds and it caps it. I don't see the point in that. I let it run. It'll run down, and let's say at the last second someone throws a bid, it'll add another 10 seconds. But they do like comic books, vintage clothes, shoes, the pop vinyl figures, video games, that kind of stuff on there. It's not open to everything yet, but they are building on it.
So it'd be kind of like the Comic Con type things, or more than that?
More than that, like they've got a coin section. I haven't looked at it, but they are opening up into new areas as they go.
They have like die-cast and...
Yep, they have a Hot Wheels section, which I don't know, we might try. We just ended up with a whole bunch of them, so might give that a shot too.
Oh, and by the way, he didn't have it on today, but Max, the shirt that I got from you, I love that shirt. He's so hard to buy shirts from, but I really like that. He likes, well, you can see he likes it very plain. He's not a gaudy person like me, but that one I really like the pattern on it. For y'all didn't see it. Now, do y'all get into, like, if you're going to buy something for the business, do you discuss it? Like, say you're out, I don't know. Well, let's talk about that. Where do you get your stuff from? I know where you get yours from, the grocery store. Gary, where do you get yours from?
Right. So like last night we drove all the way to, because we're 60 miles, from Phoenix and 60 miles from Tucson. We're dead center. There's nothing out here. So yesterday we went out, we picked a couple of little yard sales here, but there's not a whole lot. So last night, right after Johnny's auction, we hopped in the truck and we drove all the way to Tucson to go to the swap meet and see if we could find anything down there. But usually it's yard sales, estate sales.
Yeah.
A little bit of offer up a lot before we moved down here. Now there's not a whole lot going on for anything like that. So it's pretty much all yard sale finds. And
now if you see something and the other one is not there, say you see something on, maybe I'm just throwing this out, say Facebook Marketplace, and they've got 100 T-shirts with tags, and they're asking like $200 for them, and you say you can't get a hold of Anna, would that be a thing that you would snap it up, or would you wait to get a hold of her? I mean, I'm just throwing this amount of.
But
you would wait.
Yeah, now if it's like a small thing, then I'll do it. But it depends. Usually, at least back when we were both working, we worked different shifts. So she would send me messages. How about this? How about that? And then I would go through them like this, yes, that, not this one, maybe this one. See if they'll come down a little bit. And she would get it set up. Then after work, then I would go pick things up because by then she was at work.
Yeah. So you do discuss like. Basically big, like I said, big, whatever your limit of big purchases at or whatever. Yeah.
Most of the time he is allowed to buy stuff.
Well,
yeah, it's not like that, but
yeah, because he knows what we're looking for and he knows what I'm looking for. So like say for today, because I was so busy, he went out I call it yard shopping.
Yard shopping.
You out yard shopping again? But he knows what I'm looking for and the particular particular kinds that I'm interested in, and vice versa. Like I can go and I already know what he's looking for, so Yeah,
I will spend more on something than Max. Max is cheap. He's really cheap. And
if it comes to, hey, we need this, nah, it's too much. I'll just wait. I'll find it somewhere cheap. That's why we don't own any brand new game consoles. I'll wait. I'll wait 10 years. I'll find a used one for less.
No, when Max has right now he's got knee problems. Probably this year is going to have to get at least one knee, if not both, replaced. So he can't like go and stand and stuff like I can. So a lot of times he'll just sit in the van and wait or something like that. And sometimes I'll send him a picture from inside the store and say, hey, what do you think of this? Whatever. But a whole lot of times when I've got ready to go, I've come out and said, I'm ready to go. And they start bringing the stuff out. And he's like, you bought this, huh? And I'm like, yeah. But he has to admit,
she gets stuff at a very good price.
Well, and he can't believe how much I can get for things too. So I try to, on really large amounts, to talk to him. But if I disagree with him, I have a tendency to do it anyway.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Well, she's always proven to me that I can never understand why people will buy certain things. Ever since I met her, I mean. One of the first things she showed me she was selling was used McDonald's bags.
Remember when the kids' meals used to come in a bag instead of the little cardboard thing?
Yeah.
Yep.
People used to actually, McDonald's collectors used to actually want every bag.
They had different designs on the different kids' bags.
So I would just go to the McDonald's and I would say, I want whatever the toy was at that time. I would say, I just want the empty bags. I mean, they would charge me like 25 cents, 50 cents a piece, and they would sell them to me. So I would pop those up on eBay and sell them. And he comes, first time we started dating and stuff, and he came over and he's like, why do you have so many empty McDonald's bags? And I said, I sell. And he's like, yeah. He's like, okay, she's a little weird, but.
That kind of girl.
Yeah. But what is your favorite platform to sell on? And why?
Me? I'm sitting here like, man, I don't know. It's changed. Like we don't list hardly anything on eBay anymore. And this weekend, especially yesterday, it kind of hit me. Like we do the auctions, right? All four of us, we do the auctions. So we kind of know what people are looking for. They know what we're going to bring to some extent. So I like that. And now that I've got the whatnot going where I can do just games, or I'm going to try tomorrow to do like 100 vintage hats. They have a spot for that. So I can run through those. So to me, like it was eBay forever, but I like doing the live stuff now where I can hang out and talk and joke around or whatever. I like doing that better than the eBay, but we still, like yesterday, I bought a what were they? I don't know what brand they are, but they're earphones for in an airplane, and they were in the box. And I was like, well, let me look them up, and I looked them up, and I was like, wow, like a damaged set sold for 80, and there's a bunch sold recently, and we paid. I didn't even talk them down. It was $15 for them, and they're in the original box with all the paperwork, everything. I was like, okay, that'll work, and that specific thing will go to eBay and nowhere else. So yesterday, it kind of hit me like we have these different spots for different things now, but I like doing the lives better. Just
I started out with eBay, and eBay was my first and only for a long time. Then I got onto Amazon with books, and that was easy, and it was done. But we've kind of, I don't know, COVID hurt eBay to me. I guess it didn't, because so many people who
well, I think the whole thing is with what changed with COVID is that people got into doing the live videos and doing the YouTube things, and kind of eBay kind of had a little hiccup there for a bit where nobody was buying anything on eBay.
Well, so it's so impersonal.
Yeah, it's so impersonal. Yeah, and people really like the in-person experience of going on these online auctions.
Yeah.
So many people were isolated, and I tell you what, I have anxiety and depression, and my therapist has told me that she thinks this YouTube has been the best thing in the world for me during all this time, because I'm not, I'm still out there talking to people, doing things, and I think this is the only contact a whole lot of people have. I mean, I've heard that over and over again. And we have a lot of people, who don't buy anything, which is fine. They just want some company. They want to chit chat and, talk and whatever. But now, do you do any, like, if you have something large, do you mess with anything large or no? If you found something, would you do like a Facebook marketplace or something like that? Or
I think where we're at, we're so remote that it doesn't work. But she does. I took it off my phone because it was too addicting. She has, I think it's called freebie alerts. And it can be anything from an empty trash can that they're giving away to actual good stuff or brand new stuff. And that's where we get a lot of stuff, or we did for a while. Yeah. Which leads into your thing about shipping big things. I got both of them for free. A guy had an 80s hatchback Mustang, and he had 2 extra back hatchbacks in his garage, and he wanted them gone.
I saw that video. I couldn't believe when I saw you packing it. Yeah, you didn't watch that one with me.
I didn't see that one.
I'm like, I can't believe he's going to ship this thing. I was amazed.
We sold, so they were free except for maybe $15 in gas, and then the wood to make it, but I charged that in the shipping. I think it was about $118 a piece to ship them. One went to Florida and one went to California. But we sold both windows. I sold the spoiler, the trunk lock actuator, the key, the original Ford key got sold. All of it sold, and we made out. It was about $700 on those 2 back windows and the trim pieces and everything. And he just wanted them gone for scrap.
Yeah, so. I met a guy at 2017 at the eBay Open, and that's how he stayed on eBay. He was from Canada, and he went to salvage yards, and he knew what to get, that would sit in like small things,
right.
Like you say, latches and, small things, knobs and things like that. And I still see him. He's still on Facebook. I see him. But yeah, that's his whole eBay thing is salvage car parts. And he makes a nice living doing it,
Yeah.
And I know when we've done this, and I know a lot of people that still do this, which is appliances, small kitchen appliances. They take them apart and sell, because people like the old ones better than the new ones because they think they're more powerful, or even the mid-century modern people like the look of them, or, whatever. But yeah, there's
big demand for the parts to repair them.
Yeah. And that's what, if you want to start doing reselling and you don't have any money, I think you could do pretty well. Take $25 and go out there and, there's I guarantee you there's something you can find out there that you can sell.
That's how we got into this.
Yeah. Now, do you both still work, or when think you were okay? We're going to give this a go full time. At what point did you feel comfortable doing that?
So for me, I must be, how long is it now? 5 months now?
Something like that, yeah.
So I stopped being a second store director. And one day it was just like, here's my keys. Thank you for the opportunity. And that was it. And that was 5 months ago. So, and to me, it was scary because I love doing the grocery industry. You know, I was really good at it. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to quit, because I was like, I don't know, maybe today's the day, maybe today's not, you know. So for a lot of people, it is scary out there, but it's so worth it to go into your own business and just having that support, especially if you have your partner next to you, like it makes it so much easier. Because there was times maybe through that second week, I was like, maybe I should just go back to working. Or maybe I should ask for my job back, you know, like just so many things running through your head. But at the end of the day, it was a good leap.
Yeah, there's sometimes at night we're just so tired and we're sitting there in the recliners. I look at Max and I go, should we retire for real? And he's like, we'd be bored out of our mind in about 2 weeks. And I'm like, yeah. But
we wouldn't be able to stay away from yard sales.
Remember when you decided to quit working?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was an adventure.
I wound up with another job. We did volunteer work for a while when we first came up here. We moved from Louisiana to Virginia after Hurricane Katrina, and we were bored. So we both volunteered with a military charity since Max is retired military. And I don't know, within 4 or 6 months, they said, we want you to come on as a paid employee. You know, and I'm like, well, we're doing so much. I said, well, they might as well pay us or whatever. And then like 2 months into it, I went, what are you doing, you idiot? You know, quit this. So
the stress was starting to build up on that.
Yeah, I'm like, you know. So I just, and I do love to volunteer for things, but I realized that I take charge. Yeah. And they see that and they're like, oh, okay, we're going to give you a job. And I'm like, no. So
yeah.
One of my bosses told me one time, he said, you should never work for anybody but yourself. Never. I never figured out that was a compliment or an insult, but he's true. It is true.
Because when we were still in Louisiana, you had your job with the state, and we're trying to decide. We had selling on eBay, we were selling on Amazon, we're selling on Etsy. We had a store,
we had a brick and mortar store
too, and we're doing spectacular on that. And finally, we said, "Why are you killing yourself on this job?" And she finally decided,
I hated.
She hated the job. She finally quit, and that was 2 months before September 11th, 2001.
Everything went.
And we were doing great up until that day.
Yeah,
and then it just everything.
The mall that we had our store in, everything just closed. Everything went downhill after that. But, yeah. So, what are your favorite things to sell?
I like selling the jewelry.
Do you like vintage or new or just interesting or what?
Everything.
Yeah. Me.
She loves owls.
For some. And the coin collecting, because I do have a whole section of that, and the stamps. So the envelope stamps.
Yeah.
And porcelain flowers.
She has a whole office like twice the size of my office, and it's craft supplies. There's like I'm going to call it a treasure chest. It's huge. It's full of brand new rubber stamps. And she's got another one full of postage stamps. Mm-hmm. It's bigger than this. Full.
Have you seen, Two Hip Chicks bought out that craft estate sale? Did you know about that?
No,
I didn't get to see it.
Oh, yeah. They've been selling them on Johnny's Wednesday show, and they have been selling a ton of rubber stamps,
stamps,
a ton,
and a whole bunch of
and a bunch of
craft
other craft stuff too. If you're interested in particular, you should contact them because they want to get rid of. They said the garage is completely just filled. They can't even get their cars in from the stuff they hauled out of that house. Is a little bit of everything, but yeah, they've been selling it every Wednesday. And if you contact them ahead of time and say, hey, I'm interested in some craft on, especially rubber stamps or whatever, I bet they would come up with something because they want to get rid. They're like, I mean, they wanted to do it. They got a fabulous deal on it. But you know how that is. Then it's like, I can't see my whatever anymore. Yeah, we have a 10-foot dining room table we haven't seen in 4 years. So, yeah.
Well, that's how I got all my stuff, was from one house. And like now I just want to start getting rid of stuff, honestly, because I can't see the porcelain flowers and I can't see my stamp collection or the coins.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I was collecting coins. I was doing genealogy on my family and I was trying to get coins. I made books for both of my grandsons and I was trying to get coins from the years of their grandparents, their parents, their grandparents, which is us, their great grandparents, and their great grandparents. I was trying to get a coin. I did like a little story of each of the people, and I was trying to get a coin to go with them. But when you got back to the
1800s,
it's a little hard to get them really old ones. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, and even the condition. I'd find one in Maxwell's. I was like, "That's horrible condition." And I'm like, "Yeah, but it's like 1860 something. What do you expect it to look like?"
Yeah.
But I thought that was a cool thing to do for them. They probably will hate them, and like everybody else, when you go to a estate sale and you see fabulous stuff, and the kids are like, "I don't want that crap." That's what my son says. World's largest garage sale when I die.
That's what we're worried about.
I've heard so many stories like when we go to yard sales, and that's the one thing. Oh yeah, my parents had this, now I just want it gone. And I'm like, and it breaks my heart, like, to see that they put so much effort into building something, and in the kids, it's just like whatever about it. It's like, no, this is.
My son it's the newer the better. I mean, as soon as the latest phone comes out, his phone that's like 8 months old goes, and he's got that new one, and he just bought a 3D printer, and I mean he's just got to have all that crap. And I mean, it's just it just I'm an old soul, I guess. It's like emails, when people used to write each other beautiful cards and love letters and stuff. What are you going to save now? I mean,
yeah.
Well, I think we do.
Pictures, everything.
Yeah, I think I have the first email Max ever sent me somewhere, buried in my basement, but I don't know. I couldn't find it if I had to. But been your most profitable find so far?
Wow. Last year, there was a couple. I sold a video game right at the end of last year, with the soundtrack. So there's a place here called Bookman's, and they will trade in everything from musical instruments to books, anything, that can be not an antique store, but they have everything: games, movies, books, you name it. And they had the soundtrack for this game, and the game's super hard to find. So we were hitting yard sales. We just kept saving up store credit, and we got it. We paid maybe $20 for the soundtrack. And I got the game for $2.19 at a thrift shop, and we sold that bundle together for $7.50.
Oh, yeah.
So,
and Max and I know nothing about video games, and we see everybody selling them and talking about them, and we even see when we see them places, we don't know enough even if it's a good buy or not, or what to buy. And I think I'd like to know more about it, but then I think, oh God, there's just more stuff to keep in my head. It's like we have, booths at an antique mall, and I've been thinking about maybe throwing a few comic books in there, but same thing. I don't know anything about comic books, but
We don't either. That's
Yeah,
why
I mean,
you don't see me selling you.
yeah, I mean, it's like, well, if I could get it for $1, couldn't I get like 3 or 4 for it? I mean, I don't know.
Maybe not.
Yeah,
You don't know.
I just see so many people selling them, and the die cast. That's another thing,
And tennis shoes.
Oh God.
She wants to try, and it's like I bought one set once, and I thought that I had something, and they turned out to be fake, and I had nothing.
Yeah.
No, that's one thing I've always steered away from. I used to sell clothes, a lot of clothes, and I did pretty good with it. But people drove me nuts because you have the exact sizes, measurements, everything in the listing, and it always never fit, or they would find some stain that you couldn't find with a microscope, and whatever.
Or what was that one time? It's not the right stitching. The stitch are each stitch is so far apart, and they're supposed to be this far apart in it, so it has to be a fake.
And there's so many fakes out there. I didn't want to take, so I just said nope, no more clothing. I don't know enough about it. I'm not a fashion person. I don't care. I don't care if it's got a brand name or whatever. If it's Walmart or Gucci, I could care less. I like it. I like it. So. But I have a lot of friends who make a ton of money doing it.
We did that, and then so we went to go pick up a Jeep grill. It was in really good shape, and it was free, and it was from here. It was over an hour away, middle of nowhere. We got there, and they said, "Hey, we're gonna be a little bit late." I was like, "That's all right." So she finds this random thrift shop in the middle of it's all just farmland, and then here's a thrift shop. We've been there a few times since, but I went in and I always get hats. They do pretty good on them. So I grabbed a whole bunch of hats, and I look over and see where their little book section is. There's a golf bag tucked in the corner. And I asked her, I was like, should we get the golf bag or do I get the hats? I know I can make money with the hats. I know nothing about that golf bag at all. But it was brand new. It still had the plastic on it. It was a Tesla golf bag. So, it was like, do we spend like $40 in hats and we make like $50 on them, or do we get the golf bag that there's no sold comps anywhere on the internet for and hope we make money? So we got the golf bag and we sold it. I sat on it for a little while, but we sold it for $550.
Oh, so, Tesla. And that's another thing too. He used to say it wasn't a fake, or just somebody decided to name something Tesla. Just to get
it was everywhere. It was actually stamped into it and then embroidered over it, and it was everywhere. It had the tags were still hanging on it. It was like, okay, we'll pick it up. But I guess they gave them out if you bought the original Roadster or whatever, you could get one.
For what you paid for it, they should give you a whole bunch more than that,
So,
but that's something else I hear people talking about all the time. Golf stuff, golf ball. There's certain golf balls are worth a lot of money. Golf clubs, golf bags, golf hats, golf shirts. I'm like, I've never played golf in my life. Don't know nothing about golf, but I know that's good stuff to flip,
And baseball bats.
Yeah. I don't know if you, do y'all know who Taco Stacks is?
Yeah.
Yeah. He knows a lot of golf things, but he plays golf and he knows what to pick up and what not to pick up. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I can't think of his name now. He and his wife thrift together too. They're in North Carolina. Mine, brain fart. But he plays golf and he does a lot of golf flipping. He does a lot of tennis shoe flipping.
It's right there. I'm trying.
He'll do type of Goodwill. He'll go into Goodwill and he's like, and he can just pick those shoes out,
And she quit recently to go full time with him, right? Not that long.
They were doing so well.
There.
They were doing so well that she quit her job, and they've been traveling and paying for all their travel, and they're doing great. Whatever their names are, they're doing great.
Keep it up, guys. I can't remember.
Yeah, I know.
It's driving me nuts too, because we used to watch them a lot.
Oh God! And it's like it's nothing. It's like something in reference to his looks, but hair. It's a Harry or something.
Harry Tornado.
Harry Tornado.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Jeez. Yeah, that's another couple that, started out with her. Well, I think he said, COVID got him, I think. That's why he started doing it. And then they were leery because, of course, and that's a lot of people's problems with couples is insurance, health insurance and the benefits and stuff. And I mean, you can buy them, independently, but it's expensive. It's like, do you know who Paper and Moose is? Paper and Moose is another one. She has a master's degree in history and she likes ephemera. But she does a whole lot of other stuff too. She's really, really into vintage. And she found an entire, I don't know, 8 or 9 volumes of a Civil War soldier who kept a diary from day one to the day he was discharged. Now, I've seen those on Antiques Roadshow, and I mean, they go for 6 figures. And she said she knew she could get a lot of money for it, but she actually wants to transcribe it and share it with her viewers or whatever before she will, sell it. But she wants to do that. But she paid like $8 or $9 for it at some estate sale. But she loves to find like old love letters, and she really honors. If you like to see somebody that honors history, she's a great one to watch. She honors history. She'll read some letters and she'll have pictures of the people, and she's very good about the privacy. If it's somebody, she tries to check. I don't know how she does it. She checks to make sure they're deceased or not living. There's no current family or whatever. But she's wonderful to watch. Scared money don't make money. That's my motto this year. Well, it's a good motto if you got money.
Yep. Go find some Tesla golf bags.
Yeah, there you go. Go look for some Tesla. What would, if you saw it, would you absolutely not pass up, even if you were like, you might have to short a little groceries for the month or something?
I got to think on that for a little bit.
Like, does it have to be big? Like
a taxidermy owl? No. No, just anything that if you saw it, you immediately. I mean, Max will tell you something. When I go to a thrift store and I see something, I mean, I head straight for it. And sometimes it's something silly I want for me. That's usually the things I get for me are silly things. I like one-of-a-kind things. Probably
coins.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm really big on that. He calls me, I can't believe I'm going to say it, but
what do I call you?
The leprechaun, because I'm always have some coin in my purse, or I find them in stores.
Right there under the little thing.
Right?
Grab it. Right there. There you go. Just, yep. Silver $50. Real one.
Max collects old tokens and doubloons and things. He likes those, and like wooden nickels. He's got wooden nickels and
the little tell them where you got it. This bar, and it's good for 10 cents in trade at so and so's bar.
And the other ones, which ladies of the evening tokens. You pay the madam, and she gives you a token. Because she don't want the girls handling the money. He's got some of those too.
We might have some of those. I'm the token person. She does the regular coins. I anything not from the U.S. or tokens is what I do. The weirder, the better.
Now, I'm throwing out names here, but you know who Lucky 7 is, right? Lucky 7 Auctions.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he kills me. He's been broadcasting the auctions that he's been selling stuff at, and he's been doing a ton of coins. And he seems to me he's letting them go. Well, in fact, it seems to me he's letting a whole lot of stuff go a little bit cheap, but he's had a bunch of money lately. So, yeah, he sold some stuff that I told Max I don't quite understand. He had some Confederate money, which to me, I've always heard it's worthless, But yeah, he sold some, and it was issued by the state of South Carolina, which is where they are. But he sold some for like $200 or $300, and I'm like, I thought the stuff was worthless. You know, you can't use it anymore, people. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know where he gets a variety of things, but yeah, he's been selling a lot of coins at auction. So what would be something you would absolutely love to find that you kept for yourself?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I don't know. She found a 14-karat locket the other day for 25 cents.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's why you always ask the husband when he's out there. If it's jewelry, ask the husband.
Yeah. Just take it.
He's like, I don't know, 25 cents for whatever's in there.
Are you going to keep it?
Probably.
Yeah. For that price, yeah.
Yeah, I've got I have one like Max made me I've got one that, what does it have, 3 or 4 places. I mean, we've never seen it before. It opens up you can put 3 pictures in it. Because I have my son and my 2 grandsons in it, but I've never seen one with. And then after that, we found one that did have 4.
We found one that had 4 after that.
I've never seen.
But it was real tiny though. The one with 4.
Yeah,
it was real small. This one here was a little bit bigger.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. Nintendo games in the box. It'd have to be video game stuff because I can pick that out from a mile away. We can drive up past the place, and she's getting good at it now too. She can tell the difference in a DVD case and a video game case driving up to the sale. So,
or you can get that field where, like, I'm gonna get it cheaper than you are, so just let me do the talking.
Yeah. I think
with,
I'm a better negotiator.
Well, with you, yeah, you're a good negotiator, but with you, it's like, this is going to come and stay with us for a while. Yeah. And,
this will visit.
Yeah, this is going to visit for a while. And we used to have this pelican carved out of driftwood that sat up on our shelf right over here for the longest time. And finally she said, well, it's time for it to go.
And we took it out to the antique mall, and yeah, we had that for a long time. We brought that from Louisiana with us.
Yeah,
wow.
It was a beautiful piece.
She knows if it's something that's going to make a lot of money, and we're both standing there. If I'm talking to the person, and it always, even if I don't know it's worth money beforehand, and I have to have it, I'll say this is going to look really good on my shelf. And every time, it ends up being something good. I don't know.
You saying that to her or the person you buying it from?
Whoever's listening.
Well, don't say it to the person you're buying it from. You're not going to.
I don't tell them. I don't tell them what it's worth, but I'll have it and I'll be like, I don't know, but what do you think? I think this would look really good on my shelf.
But it's funny because, like, behind the scenes, we were talking to Kim about it, and he says that I have this look, and that's why you see the little emojis with the eyebrow up.
Yeah.
And he felt like he knows when I have that eyebrow up is because I know that I'm going to get that sale for a cheaper price, and it's coming home no matter what.
But it's not like one item. We did a yard sale, and it was all clothes, but it was stuff I could wear. We never find 3X clothes or 2X clothes. So we're looking through, and we get farther in the tubs, and there's brand new, like, name brand stuff in there with the tags. I'm scanning them with the eBay app. And it's like, I looked at her because we had a big pile already. It was $1 a piece. And she's like, all of it? And I was like, yeah. So she stands up and straightens her shirt, and she gets this look, and the eyebrow goes up all serious. How much? For everything. And it's true. And she'll do that every time. How much for everything? But the eyebrow goes up. You brought it up. So, and yeah, we filled the whole back of the truck with the whole bed of the truck was full of. They gave us the tubs and everything.
Yeah, those are those once in a lifetime things that you look for. Yeah, I'm the negotiator, and I will walk away. You know, that you got to be willing to walk away, and I will, even no matter how much I want it. They know. Well, everybody who deals with me knows I will turn around and walk away no matter how much I want it. And you got to, you know, and 99% of the time they're going to say, "Well, wait a minute," you know. maybe we can do something here. Yes.
Yeah.
I have no problem. Yeah, we used to we had a live auction in here, and it's gone out of business. The guy moved to another state, and yeah, we were there every Tuesday and Friday, and I got tons and tons of stuff from there. And those people did not want to see me come in the door, because if I wanted it, they knew I was going to get it. And especially my son's wife was pregnant at the time, and if it was baby stuff, they're like, well, forget it. She ain't going to put her hand down, you know. And then sometimes if you piss me off, yeah, the card goes up and I don't even take it. I just, you know, because I'm normally kind of a stealth bidder. But if you piss me off, I just go like this. I don't even move it. I'm just like, wherever you going, I'm going above you. So
we had this one auction there, and there was this lady that used to come there all the time that would bully people out of buying furniture, because she liked to buy furniture. She had an antique store. She bought furniture and took it there. And we still have the dresser, the one that I use.
Mhm.
That one, remember that? And we wanted that dresser. And she was sitting there bidding against us. And Debbie just finally went, yep, her hand went up. And that lady kept bidding. And the guy would go, you know, 50, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. And finally she went, okay, I'm stopping. And the whole place applauded. Nobody liked her.
Yeah, God, I wish that place was still there. Live auctions are so good. We don't have any here anymore. They're all online, which I like online too. But live, it's like the YouTube live. You know, you feel like you're in. We had people we'd become friends with, and you know, they had the little churches would come in and do the food and stuff, and it was a lot of fun to go. If and when you ever aren't working on the business, what do y'all like to do for fun?
Ooh, I like this one. Hiking.
Oh, you like to hike?
I love hiking. Unfortunately, I don't do it enough, but that is my relax. I don't want cell phones. I don't want anything. I just want to enjoy this beautiful walk and go hiking. And that's what I went. That's why he took me for my birthday, because that's what I really wanted, was just to de-stress from everything. Because, you know, we're out here, you know, doing the computers and sitting down, that you don't take that time. So, yeah, that's my thing.
Have you ever done some of the big hikes, like the Appalachian Trail or anything, Pikes Peak, anything like that?
No, the one by the house is pretty decent size. I thought we were to the top. I was like, yes, there's a bench to sit on, and there's the big plaque to read. It's double-sided, and you can see everything. And it's like, you're at this elevation, but you've got another 1,000 feet to go. Like, and then we ran out of time. That was like 2.5 hours up the trail, and we weren't there yet. So we had to come back because kids were gonna get out of school. We're gonna finish it one of these days. It'll get done
someday.
And what about you, Gary?
I don't mind doing the hiking with her, because she is right. Like, just shut the phone off and just go and look at. I mean, we're in the desert, so for me, it is kind of like, oh, it's the desert. There's cactuses and cactuses, but still to be able to get out and there's nothing and just go. And when you get up there, it looks so nice. But I like working on my truck, which I haven't done since we've moved. And at some point when we get all of the packing material, because when we moved out here, a lot of people moved out here. A lot of snowbirds came. So it was that freebie app, and we needed shipping supplies, and everybody was having the moving trucks do it for them. So really good supplies in boxes. And the last trip, and she would tell me, you should have got more. Go get more. The last trip, it was 2 truckloads, and I had ratchet straps holding it in. So the one whole side of the garage where the truck is supposed to go is full of that. We're getting through it. So we got to organize some stuff, but the truck's going to come back in, and I'm going to start doing maybe a weekly or a monthly video, just working on it, and start like another channel just for that.
Is it a classic?
It's an 84. It's my logo for the my channel.
Oh,
it's a
that's
Dodge Rampage. Yeah.
Oh.
She hates it. She says it's a death trap. I'm not gonna disagree. It is sketchy to drive, but that's what I like.
Yeah, I'd like to have one classic just to casually tool around in, but for everyday driving now, I want my car airbags and seat belts and all that good stuff, air conditioning, all that.
Yeah.
But Max
She's
loves old cars.
Yeah.
she's scared of it. Our first, not our first. It was like our first date, kind of, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I was talking about it, and she's like, "I want to see it." So we got on the freeway ramp, and of course, what are you gonna do? You're gonna show off, right? Somewhat. So by the time we got to the bottom of the on ramp to merge, she said, "I'm ready to go back." That was it. So
Okay, so it's not that I'm scared of it. I think he just drives
it's the truck.
crazy.
It's
Like, here's the car and here's him,
no,
and then
no.
he goes. It's like, oh my God, are you trying to
No,
kill me over here?
it's
Like,
it
take me back home.
it's you really got to watch the pedal because it doesn't weigh anything, and it is fast.
He always drives, and I always have some video device in my hand so I don't have to look up at him driving. I'm always looking like this because I'm the same way. And if I happen to look up and go, oh my God, you're like 2 feet from the. He's like, I'm not. Or we would turn, and for some strange reason, it's always my side that the cars are coming to when he turns. I'm like, are you trying to kill me? I have no life insurance.
Yeah.
Things happen. Of course, I'm not going to say anything about who's had accidents or not, but anyway.
I haven't had an accident since 2006.
Yeah.
I did go through a period there where I kind of
wrecked a few cars.
Yeah, no, I just kept banging them up. Yeah.
Yeah, she does not like it. The kids like it, but I don't get to go fast with them in there. But that's something I want to do is get it back out and get it back together and do video.
My dad had a 64 Chevy pickup. He bought it new, and he died in 1987, and he still had it. And my mom was in Georgia, and I was in Louisiana. And by the time I literally got to Georgia, she called me. I left. So like 12, 14 hours later, by the time I got there, she had already sold that truck.
Wow.
And she sold it $250 to some teenage kid who politely within a week took it out and wrecked it, totaled it. And I wanted that truck so bad. I can't even drive a stick shift, but I wanted that truck. That was just a classic,
Yep.
I'm like, but, you never know. People she just wasn't right. So, let's see. Oh, I've named about 6 of mine. Whose YouTube channel do you like to watch when you're not working? Or if you're working and you got one on, what do you like?
Actually, I like to watch you guys. And here's why, because you guys bring a lot of owl stuff. So when I see it out there, especially if I have to auction with you guys and I'm over here on the side and I'm like, he knows. And I'm like, why did they do that? Like, they know that I need that. Like, why?
It's true. Hey, one day I was changing the oil on my truck and I ordered owl stuff from you guys with the phone sitting in the frame and me laying on the ground with oil on my arm, and I'm trying to push the button to bid.
Well, remember, I order wholesale, so sometimes I will have more than one of a thing. So if you contact me after and say, hey, have you got any more of that or whatever, and I will find that owl bracelet and send a picture of it to you. I know I've got that. I don't know where anything's at. We didn't touch anything from the auction yesterday. We just left it sitting here. We have a huge
big bin
table
here
over here that's got all the stuff that we've got to auction. And I said, normally we take it down after the auction. And I said, we're going to be auctioning again on Sunday, so just leave it alone. And
yeah,
but it's got a ton of stuff on it. I'll find it.
Yeah, and I bounce around. It just depends on what time of the day it is, and usually it's the lives that get us.
Yeah,
and I know it gets me stuck where I'll say hi and then, oh, what cool stuff, and it's on the other screen over there. I'm like, try to do something and watch and say hi to whoever says something. You say hi, and then it pops up in orange. People start saying hi back. So
I know, and I
but,
think I'm so rude, especially when we're auctioning. I usually don't reply, but like he's got the keyboard, and he doesn't even notice that they're doing it, and so
Wireless. You just hand it over.
Well, I know, but I've got stuff here. I'm trying to get the next stuff ready to go up for auction, and he's over there showing it and stuff. And I feel like people think, God, she's rude. She didn't even say hello or whatever. But it's just, I literally am just working, over here
in
doing
that zone.
Yeah. And then my other bad thing was I watched you, I think it was yesterday with Jimmy, and y'all were selling the $8 shirts.
Yeah.
And I'm watching it. And I'm thinking, oh man, because my son's a big fan of Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I know you sold that shirt. And I'm like, oh, I'll get that for him, And I'm thinking, it's a recording, you idiot. It's
It's already happened.
But there is a chance I may have one more large sitting here. I think. I don't know, but I can look. It's the only size we had, but I might have one.
Well,
that's his size is large.
Yeah, I know. We don't know why, because he's this big, but he wears a large. But yeah, but it's so funny. That's the worst thing I do is I'll watch somebody and I go, man, I like that. And then I'll go, it's a video. You can't bid on it, And then, of course, somebody buys it. So I can't, email them and go, hey, what did you do with that? Or
yeah.
That's why I like to do the lives, because I can.
Right.
He likes for me to watch the videos, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, watch you guys watch Johnny when Jimmy pops on. So Johnny gets off, and like an hour and a half later, Dark County Picker Jimmy will hop on and do his lunchtime live twice a week. So we'll listen in there on the other screen, and then just whoever through the week. Honestly, hardly ever put music on. You kind of get tired of listening to music, no matter what it is. Or just hear somebody talk in the background. And then Johnny turned me on to what's that guy's channel? Revstoration. I guess he's like a reverend, and I think they resell, but he does videos on cars too, where they're digging them out of the weeds at his dad's house or whatever. They're like, all right, we're gonna get this old Ford running, and they're out there fighting with wasps and everything, and they get them going and pull them out of the weeds. And
now that sounds like Curiosity Incorporated out of Canada. Do you know him? He's a bigwig. He does a ton of
old cars.
I mean, we've seen him go through. He got a Rolls Royce, but it was.
He got a Rolls Royce that had been eaten.
A family of raccoons
lived in it.
Oh man!
And he fully restored it.
He fully restored it. He sold it. He makes good money doing it though. But he can do some of it. The mechanical parts he can do, but like the interior and things like that, he has to put out to people. And he got, what was the foreign? Oh, a Jaguar. He got a He'd always wanted a Jaguar himself. And he found one, I mean, like $200 or $300. It was just horrible. And he had that completely redone, but he had to have that done at a European shop because he didn't. They had to go to, where did Jaguars come from? Europe somewhere.
Germany, I believe.
All the parts had to come, and he loved it so bad, and he kept it, and he drove it, and he was so happy with it. But the thing about his channel, he's huge. People will go on there and say, I'll give you, 100,000, 150,000 or whatever for it. And he's like, my family needs the money more than I need this car. And he winds up selling everyone he falls in love with. He had a panel truck that,
truck.
I always wanted a panel truck. And within 6 months, it was gone, and it's just like.
He had this beautiful 56 Chevy that he drove around for almost a year, I think it was, before finally somebody gave him enough money that he'd part with it. That's.
Yeah, but they actually have a brick and mortar general store, an old-fashioned general store.
Wow.
They started with just a regular old store and completely remodeled it to make it look like something from like the 1800s. And he does that, and he's really into die cast, and he plays guitar. He's into music.
Pinball machines.
Yeah, pinball machines.
Got a lot of those.
He's just a great guy. He's got really good karma. He gives back. If he buys something from somebody, we've seen him do this time after time, and it winds up selling for tons more than he thought, he will go back and give them more money.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says he just feels like that's good karma for him, and it's proven time after time for him. But his name's Alex. He's a really nice guy.
And he'll buy contents of a house somebody's trying to.
Oh yeah, hoarder houses.
Hoarder house. He'll buy the entire contents of the house
and the house sometimes.
And sometimes the house.
Yeah, he bought a house 2-3 years ago.
It was before the pandemic.
And he literally did a whole on them completely, and you
cleaning out the house and then remodeling it and
the
fixing
whole house.
Fixing up.
And you got introduced to his friends like carpenters and all kinds of people like that, and they're still in his life. So it's almost like, you get to, well, you do. His wife is there. He's got 3 kids. But yeah, there's a lot of, I don't have enough time to watch all of YouTube. I wonder, and I'm like, hi, and then people will say, oh, I'm watching Highlander, or I'm watching, this or that or whatever. I'm like, how do you watch TV? Why are you staying up like 20 hours a day? I don't know how you're watching TV and YouTube. It's like Johnny. I'm convinced he sleeps 3 hours a day and that's it. There's no way because you can say any YouTube show that's been on, he'll go, yeah, I saw that one. And then you can say any TV show and he'll go, yeah, I like that, or I don't like that. I'm like, how do you do that? And then he cooks all these fabulous meals, all this homemade food for Robert because he's a diabetic. I'm like, I want to be like him when I grow up. It's like I get up at like 10:30 in the morning, and we do. You've been staying up with me late since you retired. Yeah. Well, we go to bed like between midnight, 1, somewhere in there. So, but yeah, I've never been an early bird. I actually stayed up late last night. I was watching Horizon Picks, that show last night. They were still on at 1 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
They were still going. I'm like, and I thought we were, when we had our late show.
They want to talk about some of their shows?
Tell us about what's got going on. Anything you want to discuss?
Let's see. So Mondays, in 2 weeks on Monday, I will be premiering my new show. It's called Inspirational Mondays. And what it is we're going to take one YouTuber and we're going to make them feel special. And we're going to say everything positive to make them grow and to make them feel wanted and welcome. Because at the end of the day, like you said, the whole COVID affected everybody. So it's not like we can go out and chat anymore and make friends. This is the new way to talk to everybody, I feel.
And do you have a time set for this?
Mm-hmm. And
what time?
Oh, I don't know the times yet. But I'm still trying to figure all that out just because we do have that auction on Monday. So we might have to move that around a little bit or, just.
But anybody who subscribed to you will get a notice, right?
Huh? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Anybody subscribed will get a notice that you're going to be on.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's the new, that's what the new show is going to be about, because at the end of the day, we don't know if that person is going through depression and maybe they just need a lift up, and for me, like, I just want to show people like, yeah, I get nervous in front of the cameras and I'm not going to sugarcoat it or anything because it is scary, like my first time I think this month, because I always kept saying, next month. But once you start getting into it, it's a lot harder than most like, it's not easy how you guys make it out to be. Like, you're over here and I'm over here shaking, or like, what am I saying next? Like, I know so much stuff, but once I'm on there, I forget everything and I'm like, okay, now what do I do? But I'm really happy that I took this step just to show people that you can do it. And there's people out there that are willing to support you, to motivate you. So that's what I guess that's what I want to promote.
Yeah, it's when we were going to eBay Open in 2017, I was a nervous wreck. I really, really wanted to go because I had been before, and they really do at the time. COVID has completely screwed that up too, but they taught you so much about being an eBay seller, things you didn't know. They taught you behind the scenes stuff, that you got all kinds of swag, free, bags full of stuff, and just to meet other, like I say, if you talk to somebody who's not a reseller, but to meet, I don't know, what was there, 1,000 people that year?
Thousands of people.
Yeah, and everybody you
wild.
met did what you did, and to be able to talk to them. So I really, really wanted to go, but I was a nervous wreck. I mean, terrified. And for some strange reason, I don't know why, I dyed my hair blue. It's bright, bright blue. If you go back on our videos, you'll see. I mean, it is royal blue.
You'll see that one picture in one of our openings where she's there and it's just blue.
Yeah, and it was so funny. It was like it was meant for me to do that, and it's the first time I'd ever done anything like that, because tons and tons and tons of people came up to me and said, "Oh my God, I love your hair. I'm so and so. I'm from so and so. Who are you? What you do?" And so I didn't have to put myself out there. All these people came to me because of my hair and started talking to me. And we had done our business cards, and we had put them on little tiki necklace things, like tropical. And so we were handing out these tiki necklace things, and people would come up and go, "Oh, you're the tiki people." They said, "Look for the girl with the blue hair." So we made so many friends that trip, and we are actually we have a private group that we're still friends with, like 25 people we met back then, and we're still talk to almost every day. And next year on February the 23rd, the 25 of us are all going on a cruise, a 7-day cruise to the Caribbean. But I was so terrified. I'm telling you, I had the runs. I was, like this. And I'm like, I mean, even when we whole way out there, I was like, "Max, I can't do." We drove out there. I'm like, "Max, I can't do this. Max, I can't do this." And he's like, "Just, whatever." And we got to the hotel room, and I'm like, "No, I can't go downstairs. I can't go downstairs." I was just a nervous wreck. But it was so once. I have a horrible bad back, and at that time I was in a wheelchair, and Max was pushing me. So, but once that first person came up and started talking to me, and then it just went, and then they feed you fabulously. They used to. I don't know what's going to happen now, but people would come up and say, "Hey, you want to come and sit at our table, and eat with us?" And everybody was just so welcoming and so warm. And I'm very, Max is the same way. We went to my, what was it?
20 year, or was it 25?
I don't know. We went to one of my high school reunions, one of the big ones. I graduated in 74, so who knows what it was. And we both went over and sat at a table in the corner by the potted palm, and we sat there. And
it was your 30-year reunion.
And we didn't speak to anybody, and nobody spoke to us all night, which I was very, believe it or not, I was extremely, extremely shy in school, and I've always been overweight, so I wasn't popular. And I told Max, I said, I don't know why I thought coming back here
would be any different
than it was when I was in school, because this is exactly how it was when I was in school. But nobody reached out to me, and whereas I don't know, we had some kind of connection with the eBay people or something, but they were fabulous, I have to say. So if you're scared to do something, dye your hair a weird color, and people will come up to you.
So purple, right?
Yeah, purple. But I don't know if I go to eBay has really got strange in the last few years with COVID. Some friends of mine, Katie and Vicky, Vicky sells vintage women's clothing. Katie sells vintage men's and especially t-shirts. They are now doing a program in Vegas every fall where they kind of have taken over from eBay Open, but they limit it to a very, I think, 250 people or something. And I wanted to go last year, but I'm still COVID, you know.
Yeah.
COVID leery.
Yeah, so we didn't go, but they're fabulous too, and they make a living on eBay. Let me tell you, they do. Yeah, they make a six-figure living on eBay, and
Wow.
they know their stuff, and they do nothing but clothes. They will amaze you at the stuff that they sell and how much they sell it for. But I'm talking again. Make me stop. Say no.
We're only like 6 hours or something away from Vegas. So there you go.
You should. When I get the notification that they're going to do it next year, I will definitely let you know, because it will be worth it. Because they have, why can't I remember everybody's name? They have all these big sellers who come and, like I said, they teach you things you might not know. They give you information. They will talk with you one-on-one. You can, if you have any business problem or everyone, you know, they're right there. It's like, you know, be like being right with Jeff Bezos saying, "Hey, I need some advice." These, I want to say what is that guy's name? I can't think of it. But yeah, I don't know if you've ever heard of Chris Green. I mean, he's a millionaire now. He started eBay. I started on eBay and on Amazon, and millionaire now. I mean,
Chris Green was the fulfillment by Amazon king.
Still is.
Still is.
Wow.
But yeah, there's a lot of good, and the meetups. Are y'all going to be able to go to any of the meetups? I see they're having them everywhere.
I have no idea. We haven't even heard anything about any of them. Or I know they had the one in Vegas a few months ago, right?
Yeah. Yours will probably be either Phoenix or Tucson, you said? Probably. Yeah. I know they're having one in Jacksonville, Florida. I want to say either February. I think they're having one in Jacksonville, Florida, but they have them all over the place. I think, Johnny and them had one, but that wasn't that big. And it wasn't really a overnight kind of thing. It was just a get together, excuse me.
And we were going to do, so when we bought the house out here, the plan was, and I pre-gamed everything, we were going to do Amazon, because we've got, I'm going to guess, still probably around 2,000 to 2,500 books in the garage. A lot of old religious books, a lot, like a whole truckload full of them. So I got everything set up to do it, everything, the tax, all of it done. And when we moved out here, I said, I want to get some LED lights for taking pictures and get everything set up. And I tried to order, and I couldn't order anything. And I didn't know what was going on. So I called, and they said, you need to check your emails. What are you talking about? I never checked my email then anyway. So I check, and I am banned permanently from Amazon. They said that I was selling things to myself to raise my rating, but we've never sold anything. And they kicked me out of everything. I can't, the gift cards that we had, they kept the balances, everything. So then I've never done Amazon.
We went to, what was the other thing we went to in Chicago?
That was the e-commerce.
Yeah, we went to an e-commerce thing, and that was put on by Amazon people. And at the time, it was 2015. We thought we wanted to go Amazon because people were making, tons and tons and tons of money. And so we went up there for 3 days. Well, we went up for 3 days, and everything was, and this sounds crazy, but it was so geared toward business. It was like how to get, ahead of that guy, how to get ahead of that guy, how to get ahead of that guy, And they had a bunch of speakers who were, like I say, millionaires, motivational speakers. Hey, Johnny.
It's Johnny.
And tons of companies that would help you, and tons of companies that you could pay to get you into Amazon, the ungated in Amazon, but you had to pay them every category that you wanted to be ungated in. You had to pay them a different fee, but they guaranteed they'd get you ungated. And it was just, and Max and I, we thought about it, and we've been selling books on Amazon literally since forever. I mean, I was grandfathered in when they started all the policy about having to be gated and stuff. They grandfathered me in because I've been selling so long. But we both talked about it, and it was like, this isn't what we love.
We took all that information that we learned from this, and went back and we said, okay, let's give it a try and see what it's like. And we went out and followed their instructions on how to gather the stuff you wanted to put on there, and then went through the work of packaging in it and labeling in it, and then submitting the information to Amazon. And Amazon, okay, you have to break it up into these many boxes, and this box goes here, this box goes there, and the box had to go all these different places. And we had to pack it all up and did it, and then repeated the process the following week, did it again. And finally we looked at it and said, well, why are we killing ourselves doing this? This is insanity.
Well, and they charge you the storage fees. And I understand they're even worse now. And also they would keep it that time. I think they would keep your merchandise for 6 months. And if it didn't sell, they either returned it, they charged you to return it, or they destroyed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just ridiculous. You could have 1,000 of the same item, and you'd have to send it 8 different places to go to their different warehouses,
Yeah.
And I told Max, I said, the whole reason I started this, the whole reason I like this is I like the search. I love to go out and find the stuff. I like the vintage stuff. We're chasing the money when that's really taking all the fun out of it. And if I've got to be worried about, them charging me the storage fees and sending the stuff back or whatever, and I said, no, I don't really want to do this. So we just went back to just doing like books I would find at like library book sales and things like that, and we quit all the other stuff. I took the stuff we had and I think I put it on eBay and sold it over there. But yeah, I found out real fast I did not like Amazon because I like to search, I like to look. That's the thrill of the thrift.
Now, when they did that though, that was it. One of my videos I even talk about, like, because I rebuild game consoles and everything, and some take specialty tools. I know one of my videos is like, you guys, if you want to go to Amazon, but I wouldn't go to Amazon for anything. Like, I would rather get it local or like from you guys or off of eBay. But I'm banned from Amazon anyway. She can have an account, but there's nothing. They said, well, we can't even talk to you about it. Read the email. That's it. It didn't go any farther. I couldn't get anywhere with anybody. Yeah. So like, you know what? That's good enough for me to never go back. And
why would you want to do business with somebody who that,
We're on Amazon now anyway. So.
Well, I mean, we buy tons of stuff.
We buy it from, but we don't sell anything on Amazon anymore.
But yeah, and the thing I heard over and over and over again from sellers was, I can't get a hold of anybody. I have a question. I have a problem. I want somebody to walk me through this, to tell me this or whatever,
Yeah.
And they never could get a human to talk to them, so.
And
hey, Sonia, how you doing?
And eBay's been eBay is good. I can get on there. Sometimes you have to answer the same dumb question 4 or 5 times, but if you want to chat with someone or get a call, it's a minute or 2 minutes. And every time they're on it. 2 minutes, I'm getting a phone call or a message. That I like, where I can actually get a hold of them and they help with whatever it is.
Well, it's funny lately. Like I say, we really haven't been doing. We've got some stuff on eBay that's just been sitting on there. It's funny, when we went to the open, at the time I had been selling 22 years. And they said, we're going to give you and I can't say that word, concierge.
Oh, concierge.
Representative. Yeah. And they gave me a number. And they said, if you have any problems at all, you call this number and you will be taken care of immediately because you've been a loyal and devoted customer to us. So it was funny. After that, when I got home and I did have a few things pop up, I would call that number and somebody would answer immediately, and it wasn't India. It wasn't, I hate to say it, but you know what I mean. And they took care, and they sided with me like every time. And I mean, they should have, because it was stupid things, but it was funny. And then I would see other people say, well, I can't get through to eBay. You know, I keep getting people in India, and I've called 12 times, and, you know, they're just call back, or we'll call you back, and they never call back or whatever. So I never knew if there was any truth in that, if they just did that to me to make me feel good or what. But
Yeah.
it was funny. But we haven't had any problems. You know, my thing is sell it, and if they don't like it, refund them. You know, I mean, I don't even argue with them, because it's not worth the stress and tension, you know, they put on me.
Yeah, we just had one, a stereo receiver, and it worked because it was our personal one. When we bought this house, it was furnished. There was like 3 of them hooked up in the different rooms, and they were newer. It was okay, we'll keep those. So I sold it, and the guy got it, and a couple days later, well, it's not holding the presets for the radio stations. And I know it worked, but we were out, we didn't have service. I got home to send the PDF over of the instructions. And when I looked, he had already opened a return on it. So it showed up here at the house about a week later, and he had taken a screwdriver, it looked like a screwdriver, and broke the power button out and didn't put any packing material in the box. Though when I send something that heavy, TVs especially, I get blocks of styrofoam, and I cut them down with a Sawzall, and then I'll shape it to fit, so there's no way it can get damaged. All that was thrown away, and they're like, well, it never got sent with any. It's like, but it did. I have the pictures. I have a video of me packing it up for a YouTube video at some point. So they made me refund him half, and then they took care of the other half. But yeah, that was a pain.
I've heard they've kind of gone down. They've leaned very, very much toward the customer now.
Yeah.
I've heard that from a lot of people. Like I say, we don't deal with them too much anymore. I look like.
Turn on the top switch.
No, that's fine. I just turned it.
Oh, there we go. That looks better.
Yeah. Only I was.
Right. That's why I don't have the big light up there on.
We have one of those daylight things, but it's a floor lamp, and we can move it here, there, and wherever. But anyway, so no, but that I don't know. I'm gonna have to. I guess we're starting to get back into eBay. We actually listed an item this week. One item.
There you go.
It was books. It was a set of books, of 24 books. So we'll have to see. I used to do really good with sets of books, you know, an entire series or whatever. And we've got tons and tons of them. We need to start listing. Basically, we're so easy now that we have the antique booths to take the vintage stuff out there. And, you know, they take the money for it. And at the end of the month, I get a check, and it makes it so easy instead of having to sit there and fight. We use Ink Frog to list. So we have templates on there. We don't have to mess with filling the same stuff in all the time. And I know that eBay has templates too, but especially with books, we can type in the name of the author. And if we've ever sold anything by the author before, it'll pop up any template we had before, and it will stay there forever. Whereas eBay, I think now is 90 days maybe?
90 days, yeah.
Yeah. So we kind of like that function of it. And it's not much, is it? How much is it?
It's an annual fee.
I mean, it's really cheap, or I wouldn't be doing it. Let's see. Anything else? Anybody in the audience want to ask a question? The audience, is that correct? In the chat.
In the chat.
Yeah.
The chat.
It's all send those questions.
Yeah, send some questions.
Let's hear it, guys. What you got?
Yeah. So Larry Stash yesterday was interviewing somebody on his show about different, and it could not be business related. I thought, oh God, that's going to be so hard for all these people.
Right.
One that came up, I'll do this. One that came up, just completely off the subject, but you're on death row. What is your last meal going to be?
I know. I don't mind.
I know what it's going to be. What is it?
You know?
What, you need me to make you spaghetti again?
It's I'm most alive of me just thinking of it. I'm like, oh my God.
What is it?
Tostadas.
What is it?
Tostadas.
What? Oh, tostadas.
Yes, but not,
Oh.
not like how I want to make them. Like, yeah.
So that's probably what we're having later then. It sounds great. I
Sounds
like
great.
it. So she makes these. I'm gonna explain it the best I can. You know what I'm talking about already. You can explain it. You with the green sauce.
But what do you call them?
What are they really called? And then I'll say what I call them.
I forgot what they were called.
So it's you gonna tell them how to make them or?
Sure. Okay, so they're called picaditas, but he calls them Pikachus because he can never say the name.
Hey, the kids like Pikachu's. Oh, let's have some. So
And all it is a tortilla with a little bit of oil, sauce, and cheese. And it's fried, and then that's how you eat them. You can add chicken or lettuce or sour cream.
It kind of sounds like a quesadilla. Except quesadillas.
it's just
No,
it's
not.
open
It's a little
face
different.
and
It's not like the cheese running off of it. Yeah, I've had that.
it's where it's got the powdered cheese. So it's like the green
Yeah.
sauce.
Yeah.
So a little bit of oil, then you put the green sauce, and then you put a little bit of the powdered cheese on it,
Yeah.
and that's it. There's nothing else. Yeah, probably about 30 of them, 25, 30. Yeah, that sounds good now in my mouth. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we have a mom and pop Mexican place very close to us, and they make the best food. It's so good. And Max is so boring. Whatever restaurant we go to, he gets the exact same item every time we go.
Well, that's how you compare restaurants.
Hey,
Yeah.
Ella.
That's how she does it.
If this restaurant is better than that one, how would you know if you're having something different at this one than the other one?
No, I see. I'm like, I pretty much want to try something different, at least until I've had 4 or 5 of their dishes. But he always gets the
Taco,
carne asada,
carne asada tacos.
and I either get shredded beef quesadillas or enchiladas with rice and beans. Yes.
See, I play it safe because if I know that I like it and I already tried it, I'm like, okay, that's what I'm gonna like, and I'm not gonna get disappointed. That's why I order the same stuff.
And I get what she gets because every time that I go off and try something new, it sucks. Like horrible. I'm like, this is gross. So I get whatever she gets. So that's why I sit there and wait. She's like, what are you going to get? And I say, I don't know yet. And she orders, and then I go, I'll have what she's having.
Do you now? If it's bad, do you complain?
No.
No.
Oh,
Like, when was it for your birthday? We took you to Denny's and everybody got sick except him. Like, we should have complained, but to me, it wasn't worth it. It was just like, okay, we are no longer going there. Like, that's.
oh, you're not going to believe what happened here. This is completely, but we have one chain. Well, it's a chain here. It's a family run, and I think they have 4 or 5 restaurants in this area. Everybody loves it. Goes it. Max and I went there one time and I went, no, not again. One of their kitchen help had hepatitis. And it spread over like 200 people wound up with it. And like, I mean, God, it was like 20 or 30 people wound up dying from it before they figured out what was going on.
Wow.
And yeah, so the restaurant just filed bankruptcy because they got so many lawsuits against them. And I'm like, but what's so funny is you drive by and there's still packed cars in the parking lot. And I'm like, did you people not hear the news, read the paper, whatever, you know? I mean, and they feel like they're loyal to the family, but there's loyalty and then there's loyalty, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, we like little mom and pop places. In fact, we're traveling, we make it a point to, I'll go on Yelp,
look them up,
and look them up and try to find some. We found some really good restaurants doing that.
Yeah.
We had I was looking for it. We did have a question. I'm looking.
I love street corn, but I don't like the cheese. I've never had street corn.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Really...
Never. Well, Where would we have it here? There's no place.
I don't know of any place around here that would do that.
Out here, you can come out.
No.
Road trip.
See, I would be the type of person that would love to cook for you guys, and then you're like, no, we got to take her home with us to cook every single day. I mean, because when I first met him, he was a string bean.
Yep.
Okay.
None of this going on.
What happened? I have no clue. All that cooking.
She said, hey, you want to share a donut with me? And then I grew my own donut.
Yeah, if y'all missed it first, you got to go back and listen to how they met. It's very sweet. Sonia Stanley had a question
about free shipping and returns.
Oh, where? Oh, do you have free shipping and returns on eBay? No. We have to. eBay says that you have to do 30 or 60-day returns. I know a lot of people put in their description, we accept no returns. You can put it in caps with 75 exclamation points. It don't make no difference. eBay is going to let people return stuff. So the minimum you can do is 30. So that's what we do. And we do calculated shipping to the penny. What about y'all?
It depends.
Yeah.
So one thing that I did start doing, even like the receiver that came back, we do the 30 days, but I'm not paying for the return shipping.
No.
Because I did that to start with, and people would be, it was a brand new hat, a baseball hat. That I've sold probably 50, 60 of them, and they returned it and said, I didn't like the shape of it. Baseball hats are all shaped the same. You saw the picture. So at that point, I went, you know what? I'm not paying to return it. You can pay to return it. And that took care of almost all of the returns because there's no buyer's remorse at that point. Well, crap, I paid $10, $15 for this, and now I got to pay to ship it back too.
No,
they just keep it.
Well, yeah, if it's nothing, I mean, if it's something pet, small, we just say keep it. Don't worry about it. Here's your refund. Keep it. Don't worry about it. But as far as hats, Kevin's real ticky. Our friend Kevin, he's really ticky about baseball. He'll stand and try on 12 baseball hats and go, nope.
Jeez, that's the first time for me that anyone's done that. But as far as the free shipping, it depends because some things we get a really good deal on, and we're going to make quite a bit on it. So it depends. Like some video games, I'll do free shipping on because usually we buy a whole lot of them. If they're more than a few bucks a piece, unless it's something worth a lot of money, I'm okay. It happened last night. I was like, no, I'm good. Keep going. But certain things I will do free shipping on.
Well, you compare it to what everybody else has got theirs listed at. That kind of makes a difference to me too.
I still listed it whatever they're doing. So if it's $10 plus shipping, let's say it's $15, I'll price it at like $14.95, just a hair under with the free shipping.
All right. There's a question from Johnny there.
What is the best flip you've had so far?
We discussed that already. You should have been here.
Come on, Johnny. Check the replays. Jeez. No, I'm just playing.
I forgot what I even said.
I don't remember which one you said. I sold a PS2 video game and the soundtrack that we were into for about $22 for $7.50, and that was recent. Like November, I think I sold that, and also a Sega Saturn game that was incomplete for $8.50. So I sent an offer on the game, and it had the book and it had all the CDs, but it didn't have the original box. So I put each one in its own little case so they would still get them in good shape. And we paid $20 for a whole tub of games, and they were in the bottom. I didn't know that they were even in there until we got home. So I put it out. I sent an offer for like $800 to somebody. I think I priced it at $9. I sent the offer for $850. And you know how it takes a day or two for it to cycle through, and then you can send another offer out. So I waited, and they didn't said anything. And as soon as it opened up, I looked. There were 5 watchers, and we were in our kids' football game at halftime. I said, "Watch. Let's see if this works." And I sent the offer, and I put in there for the same for the 850. And I put a message, and I said, "I know 5 of you are watching this right now, so I'll have it packed up to ship tomorrow." And before the halftime game was over, it sold, and they paid for it.
Yeah.
So I put out there that it's not just one person. There's a bunch of people watching.
Yeah.
So you guys might want to jump on it. And then that was it.
Yeah, that's good. That's good strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard it. That unfortunately.
No, the best flip I ever had. Now, this is when we first met, and she was telling me
We had separate accounts.
then, and she's telling me just find something that's really strange, something you think is absolutely worthless, put it up there and see what you can get for it. So I dug through. I used to attend all these gaming conventions back when I was younger, and I found this mimeograph.
And he's into Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons, yeah. And I found this mimeographed copy of a gaming module that later on published and became an actual game module. But this was one of the original ones I got for free for attending a seminar at a convention. So I paid nothing for it. And it was like 8 pages, mimeograph, signed by the author. It was, I think, 24 of 50 copies of something like that were made. And I said, okay, I'll list this. I listed up, put it up. I think I started at like $5 or something, and had it on auction for a week. At the end of the week, it sold for $2,000.
Awesome.
Wow.
And then I made him sell all his other stuff. And he regrets it so badly.
I made copies of it all. Digital.
I'm sorry, Johnny. I didn't, I wasn't. Johnny says some other channel had dared to have a live show at 5 p.m. How dare they? How dare they? We'll ban them. Well, Mom SL, actually, you were there too. I still think we at a live auction bought a somebody had taken a vintage Coca-Cola crate, and I can't remember how they did it now, but they had made it. It was it the whole thing a Coca-Cola crate? One of the old wooden ones. Remember that? They turned it into a checkerboard.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, we paid like $25 for it. It was really
auction,
neat.
yeah.
Somebody had taken it was a vintage Coca-Cola thing, but they had lifted it up enough that it was probably about knee high, put something under it, and they had made a checkerboard on top. They hand painted squares, wood squares. And I put that on, paid $25 for it. I cannot remember what I put it on for, but somebody in Brazil bought it. And when we saw it was Brazil, we're like, oh my God.
Oh, never.
Because we were worried about it getting there because, Brazil. But I think we went back and forth with the guy, like, please withdraw your bid. We don't think it's going to make it to you, and we're sorry, but we've heard things about, the mail in Brazil, whatever. He's a super Coke collector. He wanted this thing. And we said, okay, but, But he paid like, $750 or something. Then he paid another, like $150 to
ship it. It took month and a half, or was it 2.5 months to get there?
I think it was 2.5.
2.5 months to get there.
Because we were on pins and needles. But we told him, we said, listen, this is it. We're not, if it doesn't show up, you're not getting your money back because we're, we have the record of where we're trying to get you not to buy it or whatever. But it took about 2.5 months.
And he finally got it.
But he got it, yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, it's, but yeah, we do ship. And do you ship global shipping or do you use international yourself?
I shipped some through the global shipping program, and then I don't know why I stopped doing it. I don't remember why I just stopped doing all the global. I didn't have any issues with it. It was neat. We sold an Apple computer 2 years ago, and it went to Tokyo.
Yeah.
And I think we paid $15 and sold it for $600 plus shipping. So
yeah, Japan is a huge consumer for all American. Yeah, we ship international. We ship it on our own. It's
We used to use global shipping,
it's
but
such a ripoff for the customer.
yeah,
Though.
it really is. Global shipping is. And when we went to start doing our own international, and we actually started selling more international.
Yeah, we did. And I mean, if the shipping is $15, eBay will charge them 30, and they know that. So they, and we even had people. We tried global for a little while, and we would have people say, "Would you please just ship this, straight international to us? We won't hold you at fault or anything like that. It's going to cost us so much more."
Because eBay charges all the import fees and everything up front to the person
and also
before they even get it.
It goes to it goes to Kentucky, and Kentucky has been known to open your package and completely repack it and put it in a smaller package because it's cheaper for eBay.
Right.
But we pack it
securely
to make sure it safely arrives. And
so, yeah, it may get damaged from no fault of ours or theirs. It's eBay repackaging it. So, yeah, we stopped doing it. We do international directly now.
Yeah. And we also got to make sure the customer knows that you're doing it, that when they get it, before they can pick it up from wherever it comes into, they have to pay their, import fees.
The import fees. It is for the buyer. I do global for the protection on my end. I don't think we've ever had a problem. I honestly don't think
we thought we were going to with that guy in Brazil, but no.
Yeah.
And then there was the one from was it India?
God, I don't know. I don't know
I
what
forget.
you're talking about.
Middle Eastern country. I can't remember which one it was. And it never arrived. And the person filed the complaint with eBay, and eBay sided with us. So
because we had proof, we had
proved all the proof we had needed.
Yeah, you get all the forms and stuff when you ship it, so we can show. And I mean,
and you could track. We could actually pull up the tracking information all the way until it left the United States, and then after that, you don't get any tracking back. So
yeah, mail. Okay, so someone can see. Okay,
hey, Miriam.
Anything else? Well, what about now? You've got some new bread flavors, and I want to know: are you gonna come up with any for spring? Are we gonna have some strawberry bread or peach bread or?
Yes. So talking about banana bread.
Yes.
I finally got my first negative comment, which I'm okay and I'm not upset about it, but I wish they would have gone on how they wrote it, more nicer about it, because it felt like we just demolished them. You get those people where, they turn it into you just destroyed my life. And that's what I got. So, yeah, it was interesting. But we're really specific when we tell you guys that it is vacuum sealed. And we tried different options. I thought that was the best way. Unfortunately, yes, there are going to be people that are not going to like the bread. And, just ask politely and we'll give you the refund, instead of how they wrote it. Yeah, because it was unnecessary. I've heard that the bread is dense. So when it's vacuum sealed, it takes out all the air.
Right. Yep.
And if you open it and you leave it for a couple of hours, I've heard that it bounces back up. So you're still getting that that flavor. And I guess that's why I wanted to open this bakery, so that when you guys come down here, you guys get to experience the whole freshness of that banana bread. So, yeah, so that's my pride and joy. And I was I wasn't upset about it, but I kind of just laughed, and I'm like, wow, like all you could have said was just, can I have my money back? Or, I didn't like it. And like, I'm sorry, but it was just a full on, like, we're going to demolish you.
Yeah. The only thing they didn't do was burn the house down.
Some people are just negative. I mean, I always said people could win the lottery and they'd say it was on the wrong day. I mean, they just amaze me
Yeah.
at the nitpicky little things that they get.
Yeah.
I mean, everything that's going on in the world. And it was like, in fact, it was yesterday, Max. It was like, I saw a thing on Facebook yesterday about they're changing the perception of the M&Ms because they feel they don't represent the current population. Who is worried about the friggin' M&Ms and their perception with everything going on the earth? I mean, Russia's about to go to war. We've got COVID. We've got, all this stuff going on, and we're worried about M&Ms. People, get a life. I mean, I couldn't. And then Max and I are like, what are they going to do to them? Draw little lipsticks on the ones they want to be female, or it's just like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah. And they're still going to taste the same in the end. It doesn't.
Yeah, thank you.
They're not going to change the flavor.
Yes. People are hysterical. I mean, I just read this stuff and I think this has got to be a joke. And then, unfortunately, it's not. I can't wait to see the new M&Ms. Yeah.
But yeah, that's my pride and joy. I love cooking, and I love the support that I'm getting from the banana bread, from everybody, that I get excited to go out there and start cooking for everybody, and everybody gets the same love of banana bread. Like I'm putting my soul into that banana bread. Like I'm dancing out there, I'm having fun, I'm like with my kids, if they can help, on the side, whether it's something small,
She dances until she hears me come out of my office.
Then I start.
And then it's back to normal.
I was like, oh yeah,
I did buy her a really cool apron.
Oh no.
I went there.
You gonna wear it on the show?
Let me go get it.
What? She's good. Wow. She said she would never do that. Look what you guys did. This partially makes up for all those skirts I had to try on.
Oh, there you go.
Step in the right direction.
Yes, but you sold them.
But
Now I ain't gonna wear it, but I'm gonna show it.
oh, come on. She won't wear it.
But
I danced in style. Look at that.
Baker's gonna bake. Oh, that's so cute. That I love those old aprons. I don't know. Would you like one?
I don't need one.
You don't?
No.
Would you love? Did you say? Would you love one?
Look at you. Well, like in fact, we do have aprons.
We had some aprons.
I think we got rid of them. Yeah. We used to volunteer at a shelter for Christmas, and we both wore like Christmas aprons like that to cheer everybody up. But so, did you get your love of cooking from somebody, or you just developed it, or somebody in your family a cook or something?
I think my mom was always in the kitchen, so she never did any of the pastries, and I always liked to watch Nailed It and the other cooking shows.
Max won't watch that with me. I think it's hysterical.
One time I made a cake, and he's all like, "You really nailed it, honey."
I don't remember what. I don't think she was in a hurry to take it to work. Is that the one you're talking about? It was a birthday cake for somebody at her work. But she's like, I'm running late. So I was like, and she put the frosting like in the fridge. And I was like, the cake's still hot. It's not going to work. Well, I have to. So she ended up going to work and buying them a cake at work instead.
I love all the baking shows. Max, if I really, really nag him, he will watch one episode of something. But I love like Great British Baking and all the ones on the Food Network. The kids, I love to watch. I don't know why. I don't cook at all. And half the time, especially Great British Baking, I don't know what they're cooking. we're going to make a fufu tonight. I'm like, okay, whatever that is. And then they'll show it or whatever. And I'm like, I've never heard of this. And then it's so bizarre. I mean, it's like, you're going to do what? Do what to what? Yeah, it's just, but Max was stationed in Europe when he was on the service. So he's heard of some of it, but they have some strange food. Well, England, we know, has no good food. No, what part?
Unless you like deep fried food.
Well, fish and chips, yeah.
Fish and everything's, they deep fry almost everything.
Yeah. Well, that's the South. We do that in the South. My mother did.
Yeah, deep fried Oreos are awesome.
Yeah, they served those at the 2017 eBay Open. That's the first time we'd ever had them, and we didn't know what we were eating. They had like a buffet thing.
That's a little breaded thing.
Yeah, and I was like, "Well, this looks good. Interesting. What is this?" We put a couple on our plate, and we go and we sit down, and I bit into it, and I said, "I don't know what this is, but go get me like 5 more of these things."
Yeah, they're good. Awesome.
Somebody finally said, "Oh, those are deep fried Oreos," and I said, "Yeah, that sounds disgusting, but these are really good." Well, we have enjoyed it. Y'all got anything else? You didn't mention your new flavors. I told you to mention your new flavors.
Oh yeah. So it's chocolate chip, white chocolate chip, walnut, pecan or pecan, however you guys would want to word it.
Or peckin.
Peckin.
I'm just here grinding, coming up with more.
And your classic.
Nut. It's a nut. And then go ahead.
For the new seasons that are going to be coming, we are having blueberry.
Oh,
and that one is amazing.
I love blueberry anything.
So we're going to come up with new fruit flavors.
Yeah, that'd be great. Have you heard of speaking of the baking shows, I heard this on there and I'm like, I've never heard of that. The dehydrated fruits where, like sometimes if you use a fruit, there's too much moisture in it and it screws up the recipe, but you can use the dehydrated things now. Have you heard of that?
Yes. Is it like the mango where they
like the freeze dried?
Oh, they had I saw the raspberries, I saw the strawberries. They've been using them on a lot of the baking shows because they say when you put the wet fruit in, it screws the
moisture level.
Yeah, you have to reduce whatever other moisture you're putting into it, or it's just it won't hold up.
But you use that freeze dried fruits and just doesn't have any effect on it.
But I don't know where you get them. I mean, I don't think the grocery store's got freeze dried fruit.
Huh.
But
take a look.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, I love blueberry anything. Max is a cherry person. He likes cherries.
I like cherries and strawberries.
Yeah.
Mangoes are mine.
I don't really care for we can't get like tropical fruit here that's any good. We went to Hawaii and every morning for when you had ordered breakfast, they just brought you a bowl of fresh fruit, just every kind of tropical fruit you could think of. And I mean, I just take my breakfast, I'd sit there and eat the fresh fruit. And they had like mango and papaya and kiwi and all that. And I fell in love.
Dragon fruit.
Oh yeah, dragon fruit. I fell in love with all that, but I didn't care for the mango that much. And we came back, and I'm like running to the store. I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna get me some." It was horrible. I soon found out you cannot get tropical fruit outside of the tropics. So
it doesn't stay fresh. It doesn't travel well.
Well, it completely loses its taste. It's yucky. I can't wait to go on the Caribbean cruise and eat some more fruit. It sounds weird, but yeah.
He can't eat the papaya or the guava.
I've never had guava.
I'm not a fan of guava.
You don't like it, or you're allergic to it, or?
I was able to eat it when we got together, and now I can smell it when we go through the fruit aisle, and I get itchy just walking past it.
I'm allergic to seafood, so everybody when we lived in Louisiana, they're like, "Oh, you get all that fresh seafood." I'm like, "No, I don't." And of course, going on the cruise, they're like, "Oh," and I'm like, "No, I can't eat seafood." But
no papaya. Gross.
Yeah, I really don't like papaya. I like almost every fruit, but no, not that.
It tastes like, I don't know. It tastes like like medicine to me. Like it's gross. It is disgusting. I call it poopaya.
Well, isn't that like cilantro? That it's like it's not inherited, but it's like
It's
some
people like it, some people don't.
yeah, and it literally they've done a study. It literally tastes completely different to different people. I mean, completely different.
Huh.
I know cilantro. They've done that, and it.
See, I like cilantro. She doesn't.
Well,
yeah, I like it.
Yeah, me too.
yeah, I have a hard time with I don't know, and I like lime. That's one fruit I don't like. Like key lime pie. It's like, oh, key lime pie. I'm like, no, thank you. Don't like key lime.
He likes it. I feel like it's too sugary. The key lime pie.
And I don't see it's sour to me. I don't like, and I love lemon, which is strange. I love lemon meringue pie, but you'd think they'd be kind of real similar.
Well, lemon and lime.
Yeah, but I hate limes for some reason. I don't know.
I'll knock down a whole pie by myself as long as it's not pecan pie.
Oh, I love pecan pie.
I can't do it. I don't know what it is. I'm like, ugh. But every other kind of pie, yeah, I'll sit down in front of the TV with her. She'll like get her little piece, and I just sit down with the pan.
Give me a cherry pie. Watch what happens.
Oh God.
Yep.
See, now we're all gonna go to the grocery after this, and we're gonna go buy pies.
We are. Pies and a truckload of bananas.
I miss cream cheese pie
Oh yes.
from Marie Callender's. I've never heard of that. Cream cheese pie. I guess would that be like a cheesecake kind of thing?
I think pretty close, yeah.
Yeah, well, I love we would both. We love
cheesecake.
cheese. We even love the stinky cheeses. We love cheese.
I don't think I've had any of
The stinky cheeses?
like yeah.
I don't think I've had any. The one thing I can't do blue cheese.
Oh,
I had tried one time. I was like, whoa, hey, not happening.
I normally don't like fruit and cheese, but
and
the
I love it.
other day we were going across some, was it cranberry in Wensleydale? Oh my God, that was good.
Yeah, I love fruit with my cheese, mixed together, and especially like Christmas and stuff, the cranberry and all that. And he's like, no, so we don't get it. But
Ooh,
cheese curds, no.
Yeah.
cheese curds, best.
No,
Real one.
Fresh,
From
and
Wisconsin.
they squeak when you bite into them.
Yep.
no. I get goosebumps on my arms when I even near somebody eating them things. No. Baby Swiss, I like Baby Swiss, and don't ask me the difference. It's got more holes in it, but I don't. And I can literally, Max will tell you, I can tell the difference in things. He'll swear because I like expensive tasting things, and he has tried me on barbecue sauces and all kind of ketchups and all that. He swears there's no difference in the taste, and he'll make me do it like
I did this once. I bought three different barbecue sauces. The store brand,
yeah.
the middle of the road, then a really nice one. And I took a little spoon, put it into a little plastic cup, and put three of them in there. And they all looked the same. And I handed her, she said, here, try. And she went, tried them. Says, I like this one. This is the best. And it was the most expensive barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. My ex-husband used to say I could go into a department store in the middle of the night, completely dark, and run into the most expensive thing in the store. I don't know.
I've seen her do this. She'll walk into a thrift store, and she'll walk in and look around and says, ooh, I like that. And she'll walk over to it, and it's the most expensive thing in the store.
Beer budget.
Yeah.
Your
It
beer
happens
taste,
to
champagne
sometimes.
budget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beer budget, champagne taste.
Whatever. I don't know. I don't have either.
Yeah, Perlini, a Wisconsin thing.
He tried. When we went to visit his family a long time ago, he took me to a cheese. Is it a factory or?
It's one of the cheese factory. It was outlet store at a cheese factory. It was the one in I'm trying to think of the name of the town. One of those little bitty cheese towns in Wisconsin.
Well, that narrows it down.
Yeah.
The one with the hats,
Colby.
right?
It was in Colby, Wisconsin.
Colby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved going to. I was really excited to go into the cheese factory. I thought I was going to have a great time, and then he gave me a cheese curd.
Fresh cheese curd. Oh God, they were
Oh, so good. Better deep fried, but so good.
cheese curds. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
we did. I think we bought several cheeses. Though.
Oh yeah, we bought a bunch of cheese there.
But Yeah, no
You
courage.
guys are making me
my cheese
hungry.
curds.
The only cheese that I just find gross though is like cheddar cheese.
Oh God.
Orange cheese, I can't. I'm like, I can't.
Well, you get white cheddar then.
I don't like it. I don't like any orange cheese. I don't like the
We buy, I mean, like the garbage size bags full of the stuff. We put it on everything. I love it. We eat,
Extra sharp.
yeah, extra sharp.
Yeah. And then you can get the every now and then you run across it's the ultra extra sharp cheddar cheese, and oh God, that's so good.
Yeah, we kind of retired or whatever and don't feel like cooking or making a meal or whatever. Sometimes we'll just do cheese and crackers just to, because we don't feel like messing with anything. That's one of our, I don't know if it's healthy, but
Let's go to things for when you're
yeah.
lazy.
yeah.
And we got some, when I was in Indiana, he had to go back and turn all his equipment and stuff and retire. And I got some, I love Asiago and Havarti. Those are my two favorites. And they had some Asiago in one of those spread tubby things. And I picked up a couple of those while I was there. And oh God,
We just had some more today.
it's so good. I'm telling you. I don't know, dark chocolate or Asiago. It's a toss up. Oh, when you're going to do the dark chocolate chips, you didn't say that.
Oh yeah, dark chocolate chip.
Oh,
There's just so many flavors. I have to write them down now.
yeah.
You can make a menu.
Coming soon.
Yeah, she's got a menu for her new restaurant. Or what are you going to call it? A cafe?
A bakery or a cafe or
We don't know yet.
Bistro.
Still jumping around with it.
Bistro.
And it does have, she has an Instagram video, like a little walk around of us going in the first time to check it out. And there's offices in the back. And the whole thing used to be like a call center, but there's big offices. So the guy that took us over there from City Hall said those would be great because every department has all of these meetings for lunch, but they have nowhere to go. There's nothing in town to go to. He's like, so if
meeting
you kept
rooms.
them the way they were, put some big tables in there, everybody could have their meeting, and as long as they buy the food from you guys, have them come in because you guys could have a meeting in here almost every day.
Yeah, and that would be great too for one of those to be your shipping department. You keep selling it, online. Turn one of those into shipping.
And he's the mayor, right?
That's the vice mayor.
Okay. Yeah, we've been getting all the support from him. He's just been pushing us to open this building, and it's just exciting and overwhelming at the same time. And I'm like, oh my God, like I'm ready for this new project. And to me, it's like, okay, what color am I going to put there? What tables do I want? The decoration, because all that, it kind of matters. Like, do you want like a calm setting?
First store.
A calm setting, or do you want something that is going to wake people up? Like, you don't want to have it too overwhelming. So, yeah, all those things I'm thinking about right now, and he's excited, and he's just ready to.
But the good part's she doesn't have to go find a contractor to do everything because I'll do it.
Yeah. What was it before?
A call center.
Yeah.
So what, having to put all the baking equipment and stuff in, or you going to put a full kitchen in, or?
Within time, yeah. Like I think in one of the rooms it's going to be turned into a kitchen. And then if you look at the video, there's like probably 4 or 5 different rooms.
5, I think. I think there's 5 rooms. It's a big place. I don't know the square footage. The one next to it was 2,300 square feet, and it was too big. So this one's probably 2/3 the size, roughly.
Are you going to be providing Wi-Fi for the customers then too? Because if you're going to have people doing meetings, they're going to want to have Wi-Fi there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
we'll need it anyway. How are we going to watch you guys?
Well, that's true.
Well, yeah, like Starbucks here, and oh God, my mind just went blank. What's the one with the P that everybody goes to? Panera. Yeah, here you'll see people go in, open their laptops, and they sit there for hours and hours, and they're munching and getting coffee and whatever. Like I guess that's their home office. You know,
Yeah.
they can't work at home or something, and they go there and do it. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's amazing to me how long they can sit there and you know, do. Yeah, that'd be great. When do you think you'll be opening?
Hopefully, we want to shoot by the end of this year, but
Ah.
for sure next year. So if everything works out.
Yeah, we're still trying to work with them on how many months rent free to get the place up to code and everything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then still got to rip all the divider walls that they put in, rip all those out, and redo the flooring. But other than that, it wasn't in that bad a shape. It's been sitting empty for a long time.
Yeah.
So much real estate is since COVID. You know, it's just. But from what you say too, with your town not having much, you know, commerce, I think it would be a great thing.
Yeah.
Pretty soon you'll have to hire some help. Hopefully that. Well, I don't know that right now. Nobody wants to work.
Yeah,
Uh,
no
Right
joke.
now.
And then she wants to have a YouTube wall
Yeah, that would be nice.
where people can come in and get their picture taken that are from other channels and put
Yeah,
everybody up.
Neat.
yeah, that's what a lot of the people are doing. If we ever get one of our walls uncovered, we might. But yeah, we're looking forward to our trips this year when we plan to meet up a whole bunch of people. We're not going west this year. We're going south and north.
East, northeast, south and northeast. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was thinking about going back to Arizona way. I'm gonna have to check next year. There's something out there we haven't got off our list. We got 8 states left.
So
One of them is California.
We're not that far away.
Yeah.
Exit to
Oregon is another one.
Georgia?
I'm trying to remember the exit number. I think it's 198.
Oh, shoot.
Right up the street. Maybe 5 minutes away. That's the road to go to California, straight shot.
Well, it's so ironic is we both actually hate California. We both have been there. My
Yeah.
ex-husband was from there originally, and
I
he was stationed there.
for over 8 years.
But our rule is we both have to have spent the night together in the state for it to go on our we've been there list.
Yeah.
So we got all 50 states, but not doesn't read the rule.
Well, no, yeah. Between us, we've all been to pretty much every
Hey,
state.
booted
but-
chick. Yeah, but when we don't like California, but we got to get it on so we can put our sticker on our United States map that we've
Right.
been there.
And
We only have to stay
definitely-
one night though.
Yeah, one night.
Definitely check out the coast in Oregon. She'd never been, so four or 5 years ago, we planned a trip, and I made sure that everywhere we stayed, there was a Dutch Brothers coffee. That was one of the big ones. There had to be a Dutch Bros coffee, which you guys don't have out there yet. But it was like a 4,000-mile road trip in 2 weeks. We took the kids and we drove up here from here to through Utah, Idaho, all over Washington and Oregon, and it was good. But she liked Oregon and Washington.
I've got several friends that are in Oregon and several people that are in Washington. And I'm sorry, booted chick, but California is either going to get earthquaked away or fired away, or it's just going to, I've told Max we should try to give it back to somebody in exchange for something. I'm sorry. I don't like it. It's just, it's funny because I was born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia, which is a huge city. It was huge back then. But now, no.
We don't have to go to the coast of California. We go to like Julian, try and get to the Apple Festival in June one year and check that out. It's way up in the mountains, and
I hate
you don't
big
even
cities
see
now.
all. It's small.
Yeah,
town.
but you haven't been still
true.
there. They have just paved everything. It always brown. I'm sorry. I know the fire, but and they're putting houses and riverbeds.
Booty Chick says.
There's plenty
Perlini.
of coffee here. Julie. Well, we'll go and stay one night in California just to put the sticker on the car, and then we're going to go back and stay somewhere else across the border.
Then come stay here because we're not that far. We're on the way back across the country.
We had talked about
going back to Arizona.
Trying to get maybe trying to do Arizona in the colder months, like now. We usually do an Airbnb for a whole month when we're traveling, and yeah, I'd love to get out of this cold weather. I'm getting old. I can't do this much longer. Well, I guess I don't have any choice.
Well, unless you want that extreme suntan, you can come in
you
the
see
hot
how white
days.
I am? This is not light. I'm really this white.
Yeah.
I am
I was white once in my life like that. That's when I came back from Scotland because I'd spent 2 years without seeing the sunshine.
Wow.
I am.
Yeah, he was white, and now look, all that sun got to him.
I spent my entire teen years trying to get a tan, and all it got me was melanomas that I've had surgery and had to have removed. Iodine and baby oil. All of us old people know about that. Wasn't going to tan regardless. I know. I was thinking yesterday. I was looking, honey. I think I want some Botox. I do. I was thinking. I was standing in the mirror yesterday looking. I think I need some Botox. My son gave us money for Christmas, and he said, "I want y'all to do something on your vacation this year that you wouldn't do because, normally you wouldn't want to spend the money. So we're going to give you money, go do something you want to do." So I want to take that money and get some Botox because that's something we normally wouldn't do. So I got really creasy lines. I just noticed yesterday. Which, I just had cataract surgery, and my mom, a lady friend, said, "Oh God, you're going to see things now that you wish you just left the cataracts alone because you could never see them before." And they're right. I'm seeing, one of them, maybe get some one of them things that tie behind your head and keeps my.
Get some duct tape here and
that'd get behind my ears.
Yeah, behind your ears and pull the skin back.
Packing tape, it's clear.
Packing tape. There's a lot of packing tape.
Yeah, it's clear too.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for spending so much time with us. We know we've kept you from grocery shopping and you're starving now, and you'll spend 3 times what you normally would at the store.
As long as we get some tortillas and peppers and tomatillos and a few pies.
We're having chili tonight.
We're having chili.
Yeah, we're having chili, leftover chili. So
that's it. I'm coming over.
I love any kind of chili. Wear a really tight ponytail. That's a good idea. Max, see, that's what Max does. But Max doesn't need to. He's got a beard. I could let my beard grow.
Yeah, you can let your beard grow. Hers grows faster than mine.
Yeah, stop plucking it and let it grow.
Yeah.
Work at the circus. No, they don't let them do that anymore. No, it's not nice.
It's not nice.
No. Thank you. Put your links in again so people who are not subscribed to you will subscribe. Buy some bread, people. When are y'all going to be on this week?
Ooh, Monday with Marianne. Woohoo.
What time?
5 here.
5 okay, so 7 Eastern time.
7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. She's going to be our special guest of the week, Marianne Hilton, for our auction on Monday night.
Okay. And
tomorrow on my channel, we're going to have the Pickin' Shenanigans with Dark County Picker. Same time, 7 your time, 4 Pacific. I haven't made the thumbnail. That's on my to-do list with all the other squirrels. So
with all the other squirrel moments.
Exactly.
I know. That's why I keep him right here. Any cute.
That's it. I'm going to get you a squirrel.
Just one?
Yeah, no.
Let's start a collection, everybody. Everybody send a squirrel to me, and I'll put them up everywhere.
I actually have a bunch of them. I collect them too. But my shelf, I had a really nice shelf that I had them on, and the shelf came apart.
For your moose?
No, well, my
squirrel
and moose, Rocky Bullwinkle, whatever. But they're not Rocky and Bullwinkle; they're just squirrels. I didn't even realize I was doing that. I started collecting moose, and then I got a really cute squirrel. I saw it at a thrift store. I picked it up, and then Max goes, "Oh, Rocky and Bullwinkle." I went, "Huh? Squirrel and moose?" I went, "Oh, I didn't even know it." There's their Instagrams.
I put both of them. If you had bread questions, anybody, you can reach out to her on the AKA Bread Co. and send her a message.
Yeah. she's going to be baking, and then some will be going out Monday. So if you're lucky, she might have an extra loaf she can throw in a bag for you.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But don't forget to subscribe to Debbie and Max. They've been so awesome, and I love hanging out with you guys. I got to know more about you guys.
Oh,
Now,
I know we love to talk about ourselves.
please save me those owls.
Yeah.
And make sure to give that big thumbs up
Uh-huh.
at the bottom. Ding.
And we will be seeing you. I told you I'll watch you. Unfortunately, I'll watch you after the show's over, and I want things. I'll have to try to hit that when it's live.
Oh, look, I think I may still have one more, maybe. So I'll take a look and see.
Look, if you do, let me know, and I will pay you. I promise. Why do you have 2 pens over there? One of those is mine.
You said it over there.
I don't believe you. I didn't do that. Okay. And catch us next week when we will have Dawn and Mary, 2 hip chicks, as our guest. And tomorrow we'll have our auction at 4:00 and on Eastern Standard Time. And Wednesday we'll be with Johnny on Hump Day beginning at 2. So bye, everybody. Don't get so busy making a living you forget to make a life. Be kind to people and love yourself. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.